This pregnant woman was about to give birth when she was unfortunately struck by a bolt of lightning. In the final moments of her life, she used all her strength to deliver her child. But after the child's father took one look at her, everything changed.
Not my son.
It turned out the baby was born different. He had no hair at all. His entire body was snow white. The father believed the child was an ill omen and cruelly abandoned him. Seeing how pitiful the baby was, the grandfather took him in and raised him, naming him Bob. Because of his unusual appearance, the grandfather feared the boy would be bullied by others, and even more afraid that cruel words would wound his fragile heart. So he kept him hidden in the basement, completely isolated from the outside world. That is, until last night, when the grandfather passed away from illness. The sheriff and the female director of a welfare home discovered that a boy had been living locked away in the basement. Upon hearing that the child had been cut off from society for 18 years and looked strange, almost ghost-like, the sheriff warned the director to be extremely cautious. When they entered the basement and found him in a dark corner, both of them were so shocked by Bod's appearance that they were left speechless. He had no hair, skin as white as snow, and a pair of pink eyes. The director soon realized that not only could he express himself clearly, but his thinking was logical and coherent, nothing like someone who had been isolated for years. She asked him when the last time he attended school was. Bod replied that he had never been to school. Because of his unusual appearance, people around him thought he was a monster and were afraid of him, so he always stayed in the basement. Books and his grandfather were his only companions. The director looked around and noticed the basement was filled with books. She casually picked up one that was extremely difficult to read and asked if Bod had read it. Bod told her to open to any page she liked, and he recited the entire page word for word. He said that not only could he recite that book, but every single book in the room. A quick glance showed there were at least thousands of books on the shelves. At that moment, she realized Bod possessed an extraordinary photographic memory, but what she didn't yet know was that this was only one of his abilities. Bod followed the director out of the basement. It was the first time he had been outside in 18 years. The moment he stepped out, the police cars parked in front all sounded their horns at once, startling the neighbors who had gathered nearby. Wanting Bod to live a normal life, the director took him to the welfare home. But the moment the boys there saw him, one of them said something shocking.